Hare Krishna, dear all, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video I'm going to show you all how to stitch Manipuri dress for Srimathi Radha Rani. My DTs are of 6 inch. So this is how we are going to learn this dress making today. So I request everyone to watch the video fully. Let's get started. So for the tops, the measurements are: full length is 1.34 inches, the neck is 3/4 inches, shoulder and sleeve together is 1/4 inches, chest is 4 inches, waist is 3 inches, sleeve opening is 1.5 inches, and for the skirt, full length is 4 inches and waist is 3 inches. So now let's start drafting it. Take a folded paper. On the folded paper, mark the neck width, so that is 1/2 inch. Then from the neck width till the you mark 1/4 inches, that is including the neck, shoulder and the sleeve. Now for the neck depth, mark 3/4 inches. Join the line, that is the neckline. And now we are going to mark 1 inch for the center front. The full length is going to be 1/3/4 inches. So mark it 1/3/4 inches, and the same you're going to mark here too. So it is going to be 1/4 inches. So you match the thing. And then for the waist is 3 inches. We divide that into 4, so we get 3/4 inches. So mark 3/4 inches. The sleeve opening is 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches you got to halfen it and mark. So it is nearly going to be around 3/4 inches. So our sleeve opening is fine. The chest is 4 inches. And I'm going to mark 1 inch. You want to divide the chest into 4, and then 1 inch is the you get, so you mark 1 inch. Join all the lines, join the waist. So this is going to be 1/2 of our bodice, 1/2 of the pattern. I'm giving little seam allowance so that while stitching I will stitch the shape. So this is how it is going to look. You can transfer this on a kg cardboard or on a invitation card, so that it will be useful for further also, future also. On the lining fabric, I keep the pattern. This is the seam allowance pattern. I trace it. We got to trace 2 patterns. The other one is going to be the mirror image of the pattern. Mark it. And then you keep the stitch line pattern and start marking it. Match the necklines and then start marking it. So this is going to be our stitching line. The first one which we marked was the cutting line, and this is going to be our stitching line. So this is how it is. You're going to trace it. After tracing it, cut it and place it on the main fabric. Place it on the main fabric, secure it with pearl pins and start cutting it. So this is how you place and start cutting it. This is going to be a simple full half sleeve blouse for Srimathi Radha Rani. And now we are going to stitch the hemline, the neckline and the sleeve. So you first stitch the hemline, center front, the neckline and the center back and the hemline. So all the 3 sides it's done. After that you stitch the same on the other pattern also. And after this you stitch the sleeve opening. So you got to stitch the sleeve opening. So after stitching the sleeve opening, we got to turn the fabric inside out. So when you turn the fabric inside out, this is how it is going to look. So you turn over the fabric inside out from the side seam. So side seams, we will have two side seams opening. From that you can, with the help of a brush bag or something, you can turn in or out. So this is how it is going to look. After that you give a top stitching. So on all the neckline, the M line, the center front and the center back, you give a top stitch so that it gives a neat finish. After that you can give a top stitch even on the sleeve opening. So after doing it, this is how it will look. You turn the fabric, the lining must be facing you, and you stitch the side seam. So you stitch the side seam, the sleeve and the side seam. So once you stitch this sleeve and the side seam, the tops is ready. So cut the extras, notch in the corner. So this is how it is going to look. Turn it over, so make it straight. So this is how it is going to look. After this, I'm going to stitch 2 pieces of velcro for the opening. So this is a simple blouse, a very simple blouse tops for Srimathi Radha Rani, a easy one and a very simple one. It's not a designer wear, it's a simple tops. So this is how it is going to look. So this is our tops. For the skirt, so for the skirt, the full length is 4 inches, and for the Potloi which our Manipuri dress comes, I'm using this tape. Okay, so this should, the height of the Potloi must be 3/4 of the height of the full length of the skirt. Okay, so this is going to be, out of 4 inches, I'm taking 3/4 of the 4 inches. So 2.5 inches height is that Potloi which we are going to do. Okay, after that, extra sponge sheet so that it gives a very nice, soft and smooth finish. Okay, so this is not mandatory. If you want, you can use just 1 layer, or if you don't use it also, it's fine, but I have used it. So the fabric, we got to take 5.5 inches length fabric. Okay, because this should cover the hip part. I'm going to fold it and stitch all the 3 sides. I'm using a canvas, a thick canvas, for the final finish. So I'm going to place the canvas on the fabric, stitch it, and on the 3 sides up, I'm going to give a tag and stitch it, so that when you pull both the tags together, you form gathers. You can form it like a Potloi. So that is why I've used up those 2 tags, so that when you pull it, we can tie it near the waist. So the ends, I'm securing it with glue gun. Since we cannot stitch it over there, I'm going to stitch using glue guns to stick it. So these are the tapes, laces and little bit of kundins I'm using for decoration. So you can also use glue gun and start sticking. This is according to your creativity. You can use any other and make the embellishment. So this is how I've used 2-3 laces, and I'm going to give that mirror effect. I'm using the artificial plastic mirror, and then the ready-made mirror borders. So everything I'm sticking it with the help of a glue gun. So after finishing it, I'm using few plastic flowers, artificial flowers, to give even more rich look, grand look. So after this, I'm using the stone chain. The stone chain, I've used fabric glue to stick it. So almost our Potloi is ready. And after that, from 1/2 inch to the hip waist line, you can use few kundans to decorate it. So generally our Manipuri dress looks like this. So for the dupatta, I'm using a white net. On all 4 sides, you can use golden ribbons, laces, and stick it. In the ends you can use little thicker one, and in the vertical side you can use little thinner ones. Sorry, the horizontal side you can use little thinner laces. So I'm using glue gun. Actually this dress can be stitched using glue gun only. You can make it, there is no much of stitching. So and this one is the frill which we are going to use near the waistband. Okay, so there are two kinds of, one you can either use this or no, and only the dupatta we can use, or if you want to use even this can be done. This you go, I've taken 30 inches length and 2 inches width, and you can form gathers by pulling the bobbin thread, and you can form gathers. The gather should be formed for the waist measurement. So our waist measurement is of 3 inches, so you measure it. If it is 3 inches, you can finish it by using a satin ribbon and form the waist band. So the frill will be ready. So now our skirt is ready, the dupatta is ready, and the tops is ready. Come, let's shringar our dear Srimathi Radha Rani. So now I am first going to wear the tops. So after wearing the tops, I am going to place Radha Rani from up, and you can you can tighten it near the waist so that it comes like a potloi. It forms like a potloi, and you can tighten it. So this is how it is going to look like. In the first style, I am not using the waistband. Okay, so I am just using the dupatta, and with the use of the dupatta you can form this style. So this is going to be that simple Manipuri dress. So you can secure it with pearl pins, and the dupatta, one end should come on the left shoulder and the other end on the right shoulder. So when it comes like this, it gives that typical look of the Manipuri. So this is how it is going to look like. So this is going to be our first style, and behind it is going to look like this. So the next style, we'll see how to drape it. So I'm removing everything. You place the waist belt, the waist frill which we did, you place it near the waist and tie it back. Okay, so when you tie it back, it looks like the Manipuri dance dress. So this style will look like Manipuri dance costume. So this gives a typical Manipuri traditional dress, and the dupatta is just placed on the head. And thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe my channel. Hare Krishna.